Optimisation on contract to the Civil Aviation Safety Authority in Canberra, working as a system analyst. Originally, I was brought on to provide BAU support to the system that they use to issue licenses to pilots. The team leader thought that my skill set was better suited to going through and optimizing the existing workflows that they have in the system. All of the workflows currently are based on the one template, so none of the workflows have been optimized or even designed for the particular workflow for which it should have been designed. So, for example, there are tasks in the base workflow around payments, but if the business process doesn't have any payments in it and they want to use a workflow, then the only option they had was to use this one, which included tasks for payments. So they'd have to ignore those tasks and just move on. So this is something that was definitely needed. So I've been working very closely with the different business areas to redesign the workflows so that they are designed for their process and taking the opportunity to optimize their process as well. This contract was in the first half of 2020, so it coincided with the work from home restrictions and lockdowns for the COVID-19. As part of that, I implemented what they refer to as electronic signatures or e-signatures in this system. Unfortunately, this system is only, at the moment, is only capable of dealing with an image of a signature and applying that image to a template. It's not digital signatures, but this whole process brought to the fore and was a step toward implementing digital signatures in the system. So in order to do this, the first thing I did was make sure that we had a consent form. So everybody that was providing a signature, they had to sign this consent form to say that they gave their consent for us to use the signature, and also to do some minor adjustments to the size of the signature and the size of the canvas that it was on to make it fit for purpose for the system and to fit each of the different templates in the system. That consent form was run past legal, and it also went to the unions, and both of those parties gave their thumbs up on it. The other thing with the signature images is that I made sure that we implemented hashing. So there was two different hashes that we had. One was for the image that we received, and the other one was for the image that was uploaded into the system. The hashes were then given back to the person who owns the signature so that we can then verify that that's the image that we received and that is the image that we actually uploaded into the system. One of the challenges that we had with the image signatures was that this implementation started after 70+% of the workforce were already working from home. So for them to provide the signature images, not everybody had access to be able to create an image of the right dimensions and quality that we needed. So the images that we received ranged in format from PNGs with transparent backgrounds to JPEGs, bitmaps, an image in a Word document, a PDF file. So that made it quite challenging to adjust these images to meet the required dimensions. So there was a lot of noise reduction that had to take place, and we only received approval to do that as long as we did not touch the actual signature in the image. So if someone provided a signature that was 1 pixel wide and it was very faint, that's what we had to leave it at. We were not allowed to enhance or detract from the actual signature in any way. I'm also working with the forms optimization team who are going through looking at all the existing paper forms that are used to digitize those and remove them, and if possible to improve the process, then to take part of those forms and to create a workflow in the system. The other team that I'm working closely with is looking after the development of the MyCASA portal and putting online transactions in place. A lot of these transactions and applications that are going to be done online will then kick off a workflow within the system that I'm working on. So I'm working with their BAs to make sure that we have the interfaces between the portal and the system I'm working on in place and the right data coming in so that we can then set up the workflow and have that go through and then do the call back so that they can close off the transaction at the other end and display the resulting status of whether it was successful or refused back to the applicant. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button and snap the QR code to download my CV.